How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the kitchen table. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a recap of what happened at my first pre-release. Now, I know I was supposed to make videos yesterday, but I wasn't able to. I was going to do a bit of a montage kind of thing of, going to the event, at the event, and after the event. But my wife thought, it was a dumb idea to do one before the event, and I didn't really want to do one at the event because, I didn't want to get in trouble or anything. And a lot of people were playing and all that stuff. As well, we ended up just going to Chimera 12's house afterwards and just hanging out where I was going to do the recap video then, but didn't get to it. That and it would have been on my cell phone, and my cell phone is terrible for it because it either does horrible just little videos within this little margin here, or they're going to be sideways. And I don't think you guys want to see me sideways. So, doing it now, what we did get there, cost us $30 to enter, which is fine. We got this really cool looking box that I got, for Simic. My wife was playing Simic, and my friend Chimera 12 was, of course, playing Boros. He was actually very lucky, because I do think that he actually got the last Boros box. With that, you got your little Simic board here. It's just a letter from your guild. And you got a cool little checklist, which I didn't really end up doing, but, whatevs. And, of course, lastly, you got this really cool die, which, whatever your colors were, Boros, red, white, yeah, say, so forth. So on and so forth. Of course, you got the 5 packs with the other extra pack that you got all of your other stuff with. For the packs, I pulled not that great. Everyone around me, however, pulled pretty damn good. Which was a bit of a downer, so whatever now. My wife ended up pulling a Borborygmos and the Master Biomancer, which sucked. My friend Kaimori ended up pulling Gideon Jura. The guy beside me ended up pulling a Master Biomancer and a foil Gideon Jura. And the girl beside him ended up pulling an Enter the Infinite. So my table was Gideon Jura a lot. Apparently there was about 7 Gideon Juras that somebody saw that people had pulled that day. So apparently Gideon Jura wanted to be pulled. But other than that, these are like dropping cards. These are pretty much the cards that I ended up getting. These are at least the rare cards that I ended up getting within my pulls or trades of yesterday. We ended up getting ourselves a Fathom Mage, of course. That is the card that comes with your Simic, the special promo. We have a Mystic Genesis, which I was actually rather excited to get this card. I'm just like, oh cool, we're getting Mystic Genesis. And then I played with it, and even as a player who's not very competitive in Magic, who plays for just fun, I think this card is crap. I found out the hard way that this card is crap. I played like 2 of my games with this card in the deck, like 2 matches, and we're just like, yeah, this card is shit. I'm gonna have to take it out and put in a better card. So I just took it out and put it in a better counterspell. For pulls, we ended up getting a Thrall Treasury, which was the Orzhov special edition card, but I got out of this. Could have really been almost anything else, I'd rather. We got a Nightvale Spectre, which is probably the best pull that I got. Friggin' sweet card. Absolutely loving it. The art is excellent on it. I did end up playing it, of course, because it does cost 2 blue, and I think only once did it get stuck in my hands. The other times I was able to play it. We got the Sylvan Primordial, the Green Primordial, which I was actually, pretty happy about. I wanted to actually kind of get that. Comes into play, destroy a non-creature permanent, so you get to destroy one of their lands or enchantments or something like that, and you get out a land, which can really help, with my deck. The extra land is never a bad thing, and in all honesty, it's a land bringer. Why not? I ended up pulling what was it? The Fire Main Avenger, which I ended up trading to Chimera 12, and I ended up pulling the other Boros, which was is an enchantment that costs 3 red and white that brings out tokens every turn that he really wanted, so I traded that to him as well. I ended up getting a Godless Shrine off of him, which I then traded later for a Hallowed Fountain. And the other one I ended up trading for my fiance's Borborygmos, which is of course right here. And of course, I just wanted Borborygmos because, nostalgia, he's cool. I don't think I'd ever use him because, the problem that I had with Borborygmos is that he just didn't help the guild whatsoever. It was just, he doesn't. He gets lands to your hand, which you can discard for free damage, but that would have been good last time, But, Thalaby, he's still a really cool card. And the last card that I ended up getting pulled from the packs was a rare foil, which helped me so much in the games, and that is Stolen Identity. Oh my god, this card does work. And I'm telling you now, fantastic card. I can see this card doing play. With these pulls, I didn't get a mythic, but I was able to go 3-2, which means I did get into the line of getting packs. And it was out of 110 players, so it was pretty cool. 110 or 112 players, so I don't know what rank I did, which kind of sucks. I never saw it, but whatever. I did end up being able to win 2 packs, and the 2 packs I did pull, still, which was, can't see that. This guy is Alm's Beast. I actually like this card. If I played Orzhov, I would definitely play this card. 4 for a 6/6 that gives all your opponent's guys lifelink. That blocks this card. Creatures blocking or blocked by Alm's Beast top lifelink. So I don't mind it. If they're playing 2/2s and 3/3s, they're gaining 2 or 3 life. And sure, this is a 6/6 that kills those guys, and will eventually get in there for some damage. So Elm's Beast not bad. And then the second one I got was Simic Biovisionary, which it was at least a Simic rare. So pretty dang cool. So the matches that I did, first match I was facing against Gruul, and he was a newer player. He still did pretty good. I went 2-0 against him, so those were my 2 first wins. And he was a really great guy. Afterwards, we ended up just playing another fun game, just to pass a little time. And, then I went and told the guy that I won the 2 matches, and then, we said our goodbyes. My second game was versus Dimir, which I totally got my ass handed to me. I went 0-2, and, that Dimir deck was just fantastic. My Simic deck was a little too slow against his deck, and I could see why Dimir was doing pretty good, and our pre-release Dimir was doing actually pretty good. In match 3, I faced Boros, which again was really fast, and Simic was very slow, so I ended up going 0-2 against him. And at that point, I'm like, shit, I gotta do, I'm probably screwed for the rest of the event, but it was rather fun playing against the Boros guy. He did get Madcap skills, I think it was, against me twice, both times it's pretty much the card that killed me. Giving his dude +3/+0, and they have to be double blocked basically. Yeah, that is a very killer card. I'm actually surprised that's common. I can't remember if it's uncommon or common, but it's a pretty dang good card. It definitely threw me off. Yeah. So Madcap skills, it's a great name. A great card. I was able to go again, I was at, 2 life, my opponent was at 17, and because of my Stolen Identity, I was able to at least get in there constantly, blocking his creatures, because I put on a Drakewing Krasis and, attack, get a guy, and just kept doing it, and we ended up forgetting that Drakewing Krasis had trample, so when he blocked, I could have brought out a creature and could have survived a little bit longer, hopefully enough to, maybe survive and win, but, we ended up, being like, oh, you could have done it. It's like, you know what, that's fine. It was a really, really good game, and I had fun, so, That was game 3, or match 3. Match 4, I played against Simic, and I ended up going 2-0 against her. First game was, it was, pretty good against each other. I know she had like her 2-2 Fathom Mage and something else attack me, and I'm like, okay, well, block was my 2-3. She's like, oh crap, I forgot that was a 2-3. And I'm like, you know what? I'll let you recall it, because I'm that kind of guy. I'll let you recall it. I'm not a dick, and this is a competitive game or a competitive kind of tournament. But you know what? Whatever. I'll let you call it back. So I did. I still ended up winning it, and it was all because of Stolen Identity that I won the first match. I Stolen Identity my 7-3 at the time. It starts off as a 6-2 evolve. And it comes out as a token as it, and I play Stolen Identity, pour out the token of the 6-2, ciphered onto my Draco Crasis, which she had no flying. Attack with my Draco Crasis, of course, bring out another token. So Stolen Identity definitely won me that game because I had so many big creatures. Even her guild leader, it was a 5-5. Even if she attacked, I could still, I wasn't afraid. Game 2, however, I felt so bad for, because, I draw my hand, and I get this awesome Tastic hand, 3 lands, and I got Experiment 1, I got the Homunculus, and I got a Draco Crasis in my opening hand, and it's just, so much, I got so much value out of that Experiment 1, playing it first turn. But the problem is, she drew her hand, didn't like it, mulliganed to 6. Didn't like it, mulliganed to 5. Didn't like it, mulliganed to 4. And I don't think it was that she didn't like it, it was just they were unplayable hands. And, she ended up mulliganing to 4, and I was just like, what, screw it, this is, I'll play with the 4 cards in hand, I'll try it out. And, and I ended up just running her over. I did feel really, really bad for it. I didn't feel like there was really much of a game. It was my second game win. We ended up taking it, but, because the game was so slow, so fast, we ended up playing just a friendly game, as well. I ended up winning that friendly game, and, in all honesty, I felt like I considered that one, because that one was a little bit better than, it was a lot better, rather. And, I really felt that was like, okay, I'll count that as my second win. I feel like that would have been my second win rather than getting almost that free win for the second game. Or second game of the match. So, we had a great time playing. And, it was a learning experience. And we had fun. And then we had a lunch break and all that. And then we went to our final match, which, funny enough, my wife and my friend ended up being pinned up against each other. And then it was me versus Gruul. So I never actually got to face Orzhov this entire time. There was some people who sided Orzhov with it. Or not sided Orzhov, but, had Orzhov in the deck as well, so playing 3 colors, but never really did a lot of extorting. Maybe once or twice against me. 3 at most. Then I was playing, full Gruul the second time, or the fifth round was Gruul. And I won game 1. It was pretty good. Game 2 he won. So game 3 comes around, and whoever wins this, wins the match. And my wife comes over and says the stupidest thing, which me and him were talking, like, yeah, how well are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm 4-4. He's like, oh, yeah, so am I. I'm 4-4 as well. So I was like, cool, this is pretty awesome. But, she comes around and says, so how many games have you won? I'm 4-4 right now, so, I've won 2 matches. I've lost 2 matches. Really? So if you win this one, you get a prize. You get your 2 packs. That's like, that's probably something you didn't want to say, seeing as how we're both 4-4, and we're on our final match. And now we're going to play competitively as hell. So I've probably never played that competitively in my entire time playing the game. And it was looking pretty grim for me because I opened up with a pretty bad hand. And yeah, he was at like 16 life. I was at like 10 life. And I'm like, I'm so screwed. You know, I have my Drakewind Crisis out, and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta draw, and Stolen Identity. I pulled a Stolen Identity out of my freaking ass, played on the Drakewind Crisis, get a token, attack, get another token because he had no flying, and at this point, you know, I'm bringing out so many dudes with my Drakewind Crisis. He has no flying. He cannot win this game, and he ends up scooping. And, so, you know, I got my 2 packs afterwards. They sucked. Yeah. Did a trade, because I wanted at least one trade, so I traded the Godless Shrine for the Hollowed Fountain that I got, which I know was probably not the best trade I ever did, but you know what? The guy really wanted Godless Shrine, and I didn't really say anything else, and I needed the Hollowed Fountain. I honestly, you know, I want to run 4 Hollowed Fountains. I ordered one online. I will not order more online because, you know, $10 for a land is like, yeah, a little too much for me, but, you know, I got that second Hollowed Fountain, so I just need to get 2 more. So yeah, I'm like, you know what, you really want it, I will trade it for the Hollowed Fountain. So we did it, and it was good. We were both happy. Went home, or went to his Chimera 12's house, and, you know, just hung out. So the pre-release was pretty freaking amazing. Hopefully, in Dragon's Mage, which I do plan on going to the pre-release with both of those 2 again, hopefully it will be a little better. But that is it for talking about the pre-release and everything. So I will hopefully be doing a deck profile sometime soon with the Simic deck that I will be making. But until then, this is the Kitchen Table Player, leaving the kitchen table, signing out.